Hello, and welcome to LeedsHacks News. I'm Katie Garrett.
And I'm Georgia Dosis, and here are today's headlines.
A new cafe in Kirkstall is infusing food with CBD oils.
How will speeding be controlled once we leave the EU?
We take a look at a Leeds charity feeding the homeless in City Square.
A new cafe has opened which infuses all of its food and drink with CBD oil. The product is believed to have many health benefits. The cafe in Kirkstall is the first of its kind. India Rose has been to sample its menu.
Here we are today in Leeds' first CBD oil cafe in Kirkstall. This cafe is different to others as it infuses its food and beverage with CBD oil. CBD oil has many health benefits.
Well, being a chef for like 12 years, I picked up a few issues along the way of myself, and I know the CBD oil, it helps you relax, and for me, I want to help people along the way as well. A lot of our products, they're milk based, so with a lot of desserts and things like that, I can infuse it in that sense. Or there is the CBD flour as well, which also comes in with baking.
At the moment, the FDA limit is 200 milligrams per day. That is going to change soon to 130 milligrams per day in the very, very near future. But then that kind of contradicts itself a little bit, because all the clinical trials what have been done have been using 1,000 milligrams per day.
Yeah.
So they're trialling it and they're proving that it's got benefits, but they're trialling it at 1,000 milligrams per day. But the FDA limit is 200 milligrams dropping to 130 milligrams per day.
Hemp Harvesters has been up and running for 3 weeks now and has become increasingly popular to the people of Leeds. India Rose reporting for LeedsHacks.
Leeds is set to open a new gambling clinic this summer. It's to support those who suffer from problem gambling. Our reporter Jamie Kay has been following the story and he joins us in the studio now. Thanks for joining us today, Jamie. So what is the need for this gambling clinic in Leeds?
Well, there was research done by Leeds Beckett University that found there were over 10,000 problem gamblers in Leeds, and that the rate of problem gambling was twice the national average.
So when is this clinic expected to open?
They want it to open in summer. It's going to be set up with the NHS and Gamble Aware. It's going to cost £1.2 million. And yeah, we don't know where it is yet, but sometime in summer. And
besides this, are there any other places within the north that offer support for problem gambling?
Well, they're hoping that Leeds will be a sort of template, that might open up more clinics. They're trying to get people in from Huddersfield, Hull, Bradford, the sort of surrounding areas, but the NHS are also going to set up 2 satellite operations as well in the north.
Thank you, Jamie.
A new speed limiting technology could be introduced in the EU by 2022. The tech will use data taken by cameras to limit the speed of cars and aims to reduce the amount of road collisions in the UK. Sean Turner has more.
Brand new speed limiting technology could be introduced into all cars in the EU by 2022. The new tech is supported by speed awareness charities like Brake and could reduce road collisions by 30% in the next 16 years. However, with the current Brexit crisis, how will this affect us?
You know, we are in many ways driven by European rules. Whether we're out or in, that's not going to change, because we're going to, if we have an automotive industry left after Brexit, we're still going to be trying to sell vehicles into Europe. That's still going to be our main market. We're not going to be selling them to Uzbekistan or the Republic of Mongolia, are we? You know, so we will default to whatever the regulatory regime is in Europe, and I think that's reality.
Speeding is still an issue in the UK. Just last month, Maxwell Andrews was caught speeding by a camera. However, he doesn't think that the new speeding technology will have much of an impact.
You could only limit it to 70 miles an hour, so people are still going to be able to drive at 70 miles an hour for a 30. And so I don't really see how that is going to help improve because it's basically the built up areas is where it matters most. You know, on the motorway, it can still make a huge difference, but you know, you could still be doing 40, 50 through a town. You know, the technology is not going to stop you from doing that.
Although there is still uncertainty with Brexit, UK road safety is still a massive issue which campaigners and councillors alike are trying to prevent. I'm Sean Turner, reporting for LeedsHacks.
With 3 weeks to go until Easter Sunday, a survey has found that supermarkets are pushing sales of chocolate eggs too early. There are concerns this could be another factor in the rise in obesity in the UK. Rebecca T reports.
A survey by the Royal Society for Public Health have found that 77% of people they surveyed want supermarkets to stop putting Easter eggs on sale so early. 2/3 of adults and a quarter of children are overweight or obese in the UK, and with still 3 weeks to go until Easter, the shelves in some supermarkets have been fully stocked with chocolate treats since January.
We live in a time now where we've got more gyms and health clubs than we've ever had. We know more about food and nutrition than we ever have, but yet the rates of obesity are still rising. I think supermarkets are there to make money, and selling sweets and chocolate and food that tastes nice makes money, certainly. The evidence around Easter eggs is probably not out there, but if we look at things like soft drinks, fizzy drinks, we know, and we can look at the evidence and see that that is quite a significant contributor to childhood obesity. And if children gain weight, then they're more likely to be overweight adults.
Easter's only just about starting, it's the end of April, and they've been sold since end of January? Even in some places I've seen them just after Christmas, so ridiculously early.
But I think it's a bit too early, yeah. I think it's about 6 weeks early, I think.
We bought this Easter egg for just £1. With chocolate being so readily available and cheap instead of just a treat, it's no wonder obesity is a rising issue across the country. A little bit in moderation is the way to go. Rebecca T reporting for LeedsHacks News.
Rough sleeping in Leeds is a growing issue and hits the headlines every week. But charities such as Huey's Homeless Outreach Kitchen are helping to turn the situation around. Many of their volunteers have faced the nightmare of not having a home to go to. Ollie Wood went out to find out more.
It's more and more common to be walking the streets of Leeds, seeing people in shop doorways asking for spare change. But how often do we actually stop and help? Homeless charities across Leeds are out there fighting on the front lines to help those in need. Huey's Homeless Outreach Kitchen is just one of those. The remarkable thing is, a lot of the volunteers for Huey's charity have been homeless and have felt what it's like on the other side.
Made me get involved with the homeless people themselves is a few years ago through a matter, and this is what people don't realise. They look at homeless people and they think they're all alcohol related, drug related, whatever the situation. It's not the case, far from it, and I'm a perfect living example of it. Talking and listening to the stories of the genuine homeless people, and it just brought me out, and when I finally got back on my feet and put myself back together and got a property, I thought I really need to get involved with these homeless people more. It's so important. We've lost so many people, homeless people. Last year, 17 on Leeds alone found deceased, genuine homeless. This year, up to press, I believe it's about 15. I would love it one morning to wake up and none of us, not just our outreach and kitchen, but every outreach kitchen going, and be able to say, there's no call for us no more. But that, unfortunately, I can never ever see happening.
When I was in my youth, I've had loads of people, even my mum and dad kicked me out when I was a young kid, so I had to live on the streets 3 weeks, progress myself. There was no food, everything like that. It's really a struggle. When I go to Leeds City Centre, I give food out to every kind of homeless people. It's getting too far at the moment. So that's why I'm literally helping out Huey, and I will help him out in the future.
These charities are a vital part of the community. They're working hard, making a difference and changing lives. I'm Ollie Wood, reporting for LeedsHacks.
It's National Hugger Reporter Day, when we can all show how much we appreciate our local news people. Our reporter, Harry Douglas Grattan, went on a mission to get as many hugs as possible in Leeds City Centre.
It's National Hug and News Person Day today, and I'm in the Leeds City Centre to see what people think about reporters and journalists, and also to see if I can get a hug off some of them. Hi, it's National Hug and News Person Day today. Will you be willing to hug me?
Of course.
Thank you. Hi, it's National Hug and News Person Day today. Can I get a hug?
Yeah, of course.
It's National Hug and News Person Day today. Would you be willing to hug me?
Yeah, of course.
Hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's clear the news reporters are pretty popular then. I'm Harry Douglas Grattan, reporting for LeedsHacks News.
Well, Georgia, shall we?
Go on then.
That's all from us today at LeedsHacks News. I'm Katie Garrett.
And I'm Georgia Dosis.
Thank you.
Goodbye.